Hey guys, I wanted to show you how to create your works cited page in a video. I'm going to show you in class, but I wanted to have this resource available to you in case you needed it. So there are three tabs that I've got open, three pages I'm going to be using. This is an example of what some of you might have right now, which is your sources, your reference book, your print book, a Gale or Galileo source, an art piece, and then a web page. Those are your four sources for this research assignment. And currently, these citations look correct. They seem correct. But to create a works cited page, we have to alter this document a little bit. Okay, so there are lots of different requirements for a properly formatted MLA paper and an MLA works cited page. So you can very easily Google, MLA works cited page, example MLA works cited page requirements, and find lots of different stuff. The OWL Purdue, owlpurdue.edu is a very good website for that sort of thing. They have lots of different information, but here we have their page, and it's got a lot of different things related to that, and also in your formatting style guide here, it's got a sample works cited page, and that's what I want to show you. So here, imagine this is on the Google Doc. Here we have the example. The title is centered, and it's just works cited. You'll notice it's not italicized or underlined. It's the same font size as this, as all the other text. And you'll notice this weird indenting process where normally we indent the first line of a paragraph, but in this case we don't do that. We actually indent all the lines after the first line, so that we know, okay, whenever this is sticking out right here, that is a new citation. So that's a citation, that's a citation, that's a citation, and etc. all the way down. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to create that in a Google Doc. Also, where did my checklist go? I had a checklist. Let's see. MLA checklist PDF. You can Google MLA checklist PDF, and this document will come up, and it's very helpful for when you. Oh, that's not it actually. This one. It's very helpful. It is interactive. You can click on the text box. So this will help you when you're writing MLA papers, MLA works cited pages, etc. So we're going to use this document and go down and make sure that we have everything on there. So this video might be a little bit lengthy, but it will show you how to do everything you need to do. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to eliminate these little headers. And the next thing is I'm going to eliminate these bullets. Okay, so here we have our four citations. Let's go to our checklist. Our margins. So in Google Docs, you can go to File, and then, whoopsie, I need to zoom out a little bit. Page Setup, and you can check that your margins are all 1 inch. You can change these numbers when you're just regular making documents in Google Docs, but when you are writing in MLA, your margins have to be 1 inch all around, and those are all 1, so I'm good. That's the default generally. Check. Typeface, that means font. That's another word for font. So what I need to do is I need to hit select all, and I am going to set it to 12. And I want to make sure that all my text is the same font. And so I'm going to go in and just click Arial. Okay. Um, there are problems with doing fonts like this. That's hard for me to read at times. Stuff like that. That's nearly impossible. So it is a requirement that you choose a simple, uh, uh, easy to read font. So I'm going to choose Arial. Okay. Line spacing. My text lines are all double spaced for my entire paper, including my paper, quotations, notes, and my works cited list. So we need to make sure that our line spacing is even. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get everything together, and I'm going to highlight it all. I'm going to go to select all, and then go to line spacing here. Double spacing is required. Okay, that looks good. So double spacing has a few purposes. The main one for me is that it allows me to easily write in between the lines if I am, providing feedback on your paper or on your document. Line spacing. Alignment. My text is aligned at the left margin but ragged at the right margin. All that means is straight line down, not straight line down. Right? This is the ragged part. This is the straight line part. That's your alignment. All good. Text spacing. I left one space after all punctuation at the end of a sentence unless my professor prefers two spaces. So that is something you should have been doing for years now, where you have a space after your periods, exclamation points, and question marks. Okay, things at the end of the sentence. So you can see I do have that space there in between that period and the. So that's important. You need spaces after your periods and after your exclamation points and question marks. Got it? Indenting for paragraphs. I have indented the first line of every paragraph by hitting the tab key, which should indent 1/2 inch. That's only going to apply. That's only going to apply to a regular paper where you would be writing paragraphs. So that will not apply to this. Heading and headers will also not apply. And I don't think anything else will. So we can go all the way down to works cited. So the other parts of the works cited will be required for this. So the rest of that I'm going to do on the document. So we need a title. I've got one line right there for my title. I'm going to click the center alignment, and the title is just works cited. Now I have a problem because this is bold, and I don't want it to be bold. So uncheck that, and it is 12 Arial, just like everything else. So that looks good. And then the most kind of annoying thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to have to create hanging indents for our text. So right now I'm going to I'm just going to separate this. Oh, where did that? I don't think I deleted something accidentally. Okay. So eventually I don't want these spaces here, but I just want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So what I want to do is I want this, right, the second line of this citation to go over, almost like I hit the tab button. And the same thing for these lines. I want to scoot that over just a little bit. These lines and then that line. Okay. So I'm going to start with highlighting everything. And then I'm going to use the ruler. This is what we call the ruler. If I recall correctly, I haven't done this in a while, I'm going to drag the triangle part to 0.5, and that is going to move all my text over. Okay, so that's what happened. And you can see it looks like because I'm right here, my mouse is right here, it's gone back. But if I click here, it jumps back to where I made it. So I'm going to highlight again. I'm going to drag this little rectangle back to where it was, to 0.00. And that's it. Okay. So what that has done is that has said, okay, the first line indent stays right here. The second line, or the left indent, is going to go here. Okay. So just to show you that again, we've got all of the lines in the normal spot. I've highlighted the ones that I want to move, not the title. The title stays there. Drag the little triangle to 0.5. Leave it the way it is right now. And then click the little rectangle and drag that back to 0.00. Don't drag it all the way over here. Okay, that's going to do that, which looks bad. We want to put it back at 0.00. Okay, so this looks great. The last thing I need to do is get rid of these empty lines. Okay, so right now I have a works cited page that is the right font size, the right margins, it's aligned correctly, and these citations are mostly correct. They look pretty good, and we've got what we call our hanging indent right there. Our line spacing is at double. Okay, and here's the last thing you're going to do. You need a header. And so we're going to, the easiest way I find is to double click up here, and that will activate your header. The header is something that appears on every page of your paper. This is only one page, so that doesn't really apply here. But we're going to click on that, and you can just click off of it, and you go to format, headers and footers, and that gives you some stuff. So the best way to get to it is simply double clicking. And now you'll notice that my font has gone back to 11. I need to fix that. I'm going to put it on 12. And then I'm going to click right alignment to shoot my my cursor over here. And now what you need to have in your header is your last name and the page number. I think I showed you guys how to do this last semester. So I've got my last name, and to insert a page number, you go to Insert, Page Number, and you want this option here, where it will, change the page number based on what page it is. So on my second page, it'll say 2. On my third page, it'll say 3, etc. Okay. So again, I click there, Insert, Page Number, right there. And I can click off of that, and now I have my name and the page number so that my teacher knows whose work it is. Okay, and here we have a mostly completed. Maybe there may be some missing punctuation or something in a part of these, but not a big deal, or not too big of a deal. But we've got our title, we've got our header, we've got our 4 citations in MLA format, and we're good. This is it. So feel free to watch this video as many times as you need. You can find other resources on OWL Purdue, YouTube, lots of different places you can find info about this, but I hope this video was informative.